Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tower to Table. I am so excited that you are here tonight, whether you're live or watching the replay later. We have some awesome information to share with you, and we're just so happy that you could join us. So thank you for investing your time tonight to hear what we are so excited about. So my name is Sloan Ferguson, and I'm a partner with the Juice Plus Company and the Tower Garden Company. And our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. So it's super exciting. And so just to give you a little bit of expectation, over the next 20 to 30 minutes, you're just going to hear some solutions and some great information and some awesome stories. And before we get into the presentation part, I would love for you to hear from some of my awesome friends, and they're so excited to share with you what they're so excited about. So go ahead and start with Amanda, if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself and share.
Hey, Sloan. Yes, thank you. So I'm Amanda, and I love sharing the Tower Gardens with people. I don't know if you can see mine behind me here, but the reason that I love it so much is because it's so stinking easy. I could never keep anything alive. I am from Arizona, and I kill cactus, like seriously, it's bad. And so, but with this, we've been growing with our Tower Garden for 3 years now. We had the larger one, the Flex, first, and it was we had it outside and down in our basement. And then when we moved into our RV full time, one thing that was an absolute must was that my garden came with me. And so we had to figure that out. And when the smaller home version came out, it is just small enough to fit right through the door. It's about the size of an end table. And so it sits right there in the corner, but it can also go outside. So if we're stationary for a while, we can have it outside and we bring it inside, maybe if the weather's getting bad or if we're traveling. And so I can grow all of our fruits and veggies, right on the tower. My kids love just walking up to it and just eating whatever they want. And for me, it was just the next stepping stone. We got introduced to the Tower Garden after we had been taking the Juice Plus capsules for a little while, just up-leveling our health that way. And then this just made sense. I was like, okay, I can't garden, so I'm going to try this because it looks like it's easy. And it was. And it's been so much fun and so educational for our family as a whole, and just so empowering because now I don't want to call myself like a cook or anything, but I can create recipes around what's growing on my garden now. And so that's pretty cool. And that's really, really neat. And just teaching the girls that, farm to table is, better, and, why the nutrition is, different from the grocery store and all that sort of stuff. So it's been a lot of fun for us. And so it goes with us wherever we go. And so I'm going to go ahead and pop it over to Susan. I think she's going to share next.
Hi, I'm Susan. I'm in Cape Coral, Florida. And when I was raised in the 60s and 70s, everyone had a garden. You had a family garden. And it wasn't all your food, but it was a very big part of it. And somewhere along the line, I've seen that get lost. When I raised my kids, I had no garden. Well, I was in Chicago, so it was a little cold, but you just didn't grow, and nobody grew. Yeah, I mean, if you saw, you kind of laughed at the people that did a little bit. And so we just got out of that habit. And so we became more dependent on the grocery stores with all their packaged food. And then we're told not to eat the packaged food. And at the same time, you hear all these reports about E. coli and food being shipped across the country. Why? It's just crazy. Food being shipped from China. That just doesn't make sense. And so somewhere we lost control of our own food, and I wanted to take it back. And so, I have a friend who's in the restaurant business in Ohio, and we always were talking about this. And then one day my husband and I were sitting on, his backyard, and here's this gorgeous, beautiful tower with all this fruit and vegetables. And so I was one of the rare people that started on the Tower Garden. I remember I felt it was love at first sight. I just said, what is that? And I ran over, and there's lettuce and peppers. And I was, oh my gosh, you mean I can grow this myself? I don't have to go to the store. This is awesome. And especially now during a pandemic. I hadn't even thought of that before. But then when a pandemic hit, and my father's elderly, he's thrilled to death. He doesn't go to the store anymore. So, and it is so easy. I didn't garden before. I might grow cherry tomatoes and that's it. And so now, and not only can you just grow the normal stuff, it broadens your horizons about what you can grow. I just put some red ember peppers out today. I'm growing Turkish eggplant. I could even find that at Whole Foods, I would imagine. So it's just, there's so many great things you could grow. And like you just said, you build your recipes around, hey, we've got Turkish eggplant. Let's go find a recipe. And it's fun. And it's making this pandemic a lot more fun or bearable. So I think at this point, I'm turning it over to Jessica.
Hey you guys, I am Jessica. And so I just wanted to show you guys a little view of my tower garden, which is completely outdoors on my patio. I've had great luck with it. But just to start, I was introduced to Juice Plus, through the fruits and veggie capsules, like a lot of us were. And actually, after going to one of my first Juice Plus like healthy living parties at Sloan's house, I actually got to see the tower garden in person. It was inside in her spare bedroom, but it was love at first sight, just like Susan said. Actually there were some children that were sitting on the floor playing on the ground next to it, and that really impacted me. A lot of kids don't get to experience gardening and aren't raised that way anymore, and that's just the way it is. As far as, what I benefited from it was that I love that it waters itself. It's very low maintenance and high yield. That makes a lot of sense to me, sort of investing my time. I don't have time to actually spend hours trying to garden. As much as I would love to, because I love plants and I have plants all over my house, and it's just hard when you're using the soil like that. But I've been more successful in my homegrown produce, than ever with it, obviously, and great timing considering the pandemic, as Susan said. I've had my own tower garden now for about 6 months. I've eaten so much off of it. I've calculated about 40 salads worth of lettuce that I've taken off just over the last couple of months. I've grown lots of other things as well, lots of bell and jalapeno peppers, cilantro out the wazoo, basil, eggplant. I don't know if it was Turkish or not, yellow squash, zucchini, even a couple of watermelons, which that was really fun. Can't say that the same is true for the other stuff that I had grown on my patio using dirt. I love sharing the tower garden with others because it, to me is so much easier than traditional gardening. And, we need to stay, doing easy things in the busy world that we live in. So do yourself a favor and get yourself one of these today, because I wish I would have a long time ago. I am looking forward to actually planting my fall winter seedlings. So, it's almost coming up to that time. So now would be a good time. But thanks for having me. And I'm going to pass it over to Sloan.
Oh my gosh, how exciting. Wow. I mean, doesn't everyone deserve to know about this? Like, this is crazy. Isn't it awesome? These stories just light me up. Amanda is, she's RVs full time. So that tower is going everywhere around the United States with her and her kids. And Susan and Jessica, thank you so much for sharing. So I'm going to go ahead and switch into sharing my screen with you, and we'll go through a short presentation to tell you all about these tower gardens and all the nitty gritty and details and fun. So let's share screen here. Okay, let's see. Amanda, could you give me a thumbs up if you can see everything? Awesome. So we are about inspiring healthy living around the world, and we get to do that with a couple different simple solutions. The tower garden is what we're going to be focusing on tonight. If you have any interest in fruits, veggies in a capsule, free nutrition for kids, or an easy whole food, vegan, gluten-free shake mix or snack bars, totally get in touch with the person who invited you tonight, and they can tell you more about that. So more than half the world now lives in urban areas. So for the first time in history, more people are living in cities than those rural areas. So meeting nutritional needs of these densely populated areas is a little bit harder, and we're trying to grow fresh, trying to grow local, and our generation is really just trying to come together to solve this problem. And our farmers are heroes, okay? They're the ones out there keeping us all fed. But as they work to feed more people, common farming variables such as drought is making their work a lot more difficult. So we at the Juice Plus Company are very fortunate to work with farmers that are committed to sustainable agriculture practices that ensure the produce that goes into our Juice Plus is as nutritious as possible. However, not all produce at the grocery store has that opportunity due to transport time and other factors. So these statistics here are from 2016. So let's talk about a couple of the factors affecting the cost of our fresh produce that we're getting. So weather. Okay, did you know that droughts, early and late freezes, and flooding can all tie into rising food costs, that we're all paying a higher price than without those things? So for example, if a late freeze hits a Florida citrus crop or a drought hits California, that tremendously impacts our pricing. And the nutrition density is declining tremendously in our produce. Another added cost to food is the price of gasoline. So the average meal travels up to 1,500 miles before it arrives on our plate. Crazy. Growing a garden or purchasing local is just so much more fresh, it's more nutritious, it's causing less pollution, and it's requiring less gas. And on top of that, weather and fuel, again, we have to think about the depletion of nutrients in the food. So we're paying a whole lot more for a whole lot less quality of a product in our grocery stores. And the stunning findings published in a 2004 study from the University of Texas showed that the nutrient density of 43 common fruits and vegetables has on average been declining between 5 and 40%. So for example, and as you can see here, the iron content of that spinach, but another example is an orange. To have one orange today, our grandparents had to eat 8 oranges 20 years ago. So that's a big difference. So now that we've discussed all the bad news, right? Let's talk about this beautiful tower garden and why it's an incredible solution. So it's sustainable, it's accessible for gardeners, for farmers, or for the average Joe just like me. It is harnessing state-of-the-art technology known as aeroponics. So it's a step further than hydroponics. And the Tower Garden is offering you a cleaner, simpler, and more efficient way to grow fresh, healthy food for your family. And good, healthy habits start at home, right? So eating wholesome foods is a huge deal. And with our Tower Garden, you can easily grow your own fresh, nutrient-rich food virtually anywhere, year-round, without soil. And we'll get into that in just a bit. So by growing vertically with less water in virtually any space, everyone has a system to grow fresh, nutritious produce, right? So like we saw with Amanda in an RV, like Jessica on the patio, Susan has her beautiful towers outside on her pool deck. I have mine inside in my guest bedroom. So literally anywhere. So don't just take our word for it. The Tower Garden has 2 scientific studies under its belt as well. In a stunning 2012 study by the University of Mississippi, they found 8 of the crops grown in Tower Garden had an average of 30% higher yield, as well as the equivalent antioxidant levels to those crops grown using traditional, best possible soil gardening methods. The expert behind this state-of-the-art, clean and sustainable, innovative Tower Garden technology is a man by the name of Tim Blank, and his roots began in North Dakota, and his formal training began as an intern at Walt Disney World Epcot Center. So if you'd like to hear more on his story, it's really fascinating. Please get in touch with the person who invited you tonight, and they can forward on that information. So we have 2 Tower Garden options, and it's based on your needs, what you like to grow, what environment you are in, and where you want your tower to be. Both come built to last with everything that you need to get started. Its plastics are FDA food grade compliant, free of harmful components, and designed for sustainability and decades of use in mind. It's truly a gift that keeps on giving. So Tower Gardens foster healthy living. They provide plant therapy during a pandemic, as Susan mentioned, and promotes a plant-rich diet, which is so good for our bodies. And the minerals created for the Tower Garden are clean and pure from the earth. We actually use the same technology used by NASA at the space stations. So why grow a tower? Well, there's a lot of really awesome ideas here of why. Smarter, no digging, eco-friendly, all the things. Just so much, you know, time is money, right? So we save time, we save money. It's amazing. And, you know, my husband and I, we used to have a large garden in Virginia, and it took a lot of time. It took a lot of effort. You had to do all of the weeding and the, you know, tilling the rows and getting everything ready, and just took a lot of time to do all that. And as rewarding as it was just a lot. And then you have to, you know, deal with weather and different things, and is it going to grow, and all of that. So a lot more thought went into it. And I never thought that I would be able to grow anything without the help of my husband. I mean, I can't have plants in the house. Girl has a black thumb, okay? I'm not allowed to have plants. Everything dies. So this Tower Garden has, oh man, it's empowered me so much to, you know, that I actually can do it myself, and it's easy. I, you know, provide salads and all the things, you know, for my family, and knowing and having that peace of mind that it's clean. And, you know, I don't have to worry about even washing it, you know, if I don't want to. So it's just so exciting because no green thumb is required, no experience necessary. You know, as a busy professional, a wife, and a mama to be, you know, being able to grow inside of my home, herbs, lettuces, all sorts of things, cucumbers, tomatoes, all the things is just really, really fun. So what can you grow on a tower garden? I know you've heard a couple of things mentioned. So you can grow anything that grows above ground as long as it's not a bush or a tree. So there's a list here of some of the different things that you can grow. And our Tower Garden partners, whoever invited you tonight, has a ton of resources that they can provide to you to give you more information and you know, empower you as well. So how does it work? Okay, so Tower Garden is going to arrive at your doorstep with seeds, nutrients, supplies, everything you need to get growing, whether you do inside or outside. And after about 20-25 minutes of minimal setup, your Tower Garden is going to be ready to function. So you have a couple options. You can do seedlings, which your tower package comes with the items to start your own seedlings, or you can order buy seedlings from a local place or have them shipped to you. So if you're growing them yourself, usually about 2 to 3 weeks after germination, you're going to go ahead and plant them in your tower. So instead of soil, Tower Garden plants grow in a medium called rock wool, which provides the plant roots with oxygen and consistent moisture, encouraging rapid and healthy growth. And the reservoir at the bottom, depending on which tower you have, this Tower Garden Flex has a 20-gallon reservoir at the bottom, and the mineral blend goes into the bottom there with water, and it shoots right up through the vertical tower and showers back down. So it cascades down the tower and it nourishes your plants. And there's a low wattage submersible pump in the reservoir that pushes that solution up and then drips down, cascading over the plant roots. And there's a timer. It does it all for you. Your lights have a timer. Your pump has a timer. So it's doing everything for you. All you are required to do is enjoy it, that plant therapy. Make sure your water stays full and checking your pH balance in there maybe once a week or so to make sure everything is measuring up. And in just a few weeks, you're going to be harvesting. It's amazing. So just those few minor maintenance tasks and you're going to harvest your produce at the peak of ripeness. So it's very, very exciting. Let's see here. So here's a couple different photos of our Tower Garden Flex growing outdoors. So many options. Everybody loves it. The kids love it, and they're learning the importance of growing their own food, like Amanda's daughters. And when they grow it, they're more likely to eat it because it's more exciting, it's more fun. So it's just so much fun for everybody. And during the times that we're in our world, plant therapy is truly a positive and life-giving tool. I get really excited about this guy right here. His name's Stephen Ritz. He's a part of the Juice Plus Company and the Tower Garden organization. And he started getting Tower Gardens into schools and empowering children, started in the Bronx, New York. And you can look him up. He is the Green Bronx Machine. And we've got Tower Gardens now popping up in yards, on balconies, in schools, inside homes across the United States, around the world actually. And they're also popping up in places you might not expect, like the Chicago O'Hare Airport, the San Francisco Giants baseball stadium, and on restaurant rooftops. So this is the future of gardening. It's innovative, it's sustainable, and it's right now. So a little bit about Tower Gardens in the classroom. So we love to bring towers in the classroom. If you're a teacher, or if you have any teacher friends in your life, we would love to share with them why we think that this would be an awesome addition to their curriculum. You grow more in less time, fewer resources, not a lot of space in the classroom. You can grow inside the classroom, less mess. You can move it wherever you're teaching, wherever the kids are learning. You have so much support, and you have full curriculum and lesson plans that come with it. And there are some grants available depending on where you're located. So Tower Garden expands our ability to meet our mission of inspiring healthy living around the world, and it works in tandem with our other products simultaneously. So we're just educating and we're empowering at all ages. Again, like from patios to classrooms to restaurants to rooftops to airports, I mean, everywhere. And we're a company with a heart. We're a very mission-driven company. We are very involved with several large organizations like the Boys and Girls Club of America. We've committed to donating a Tower Garden to every single club across North America. We're also the title sponsor for the St. Jude Memphis Marathon. We contribute a lot to St. Jude and to Volunteers of America and to Children's Hunger Fund. So you're probably thinking, okay, this tower sounds amazing, but how much does it cost? Well, I hope you're as excited as me because it is so affordable, and it's really the gift that keeps on giving. So a part of our Inspiring Healthy Living around the world, again, we have the Tower Gardens, the fruits and veggies in a capsule, and those whole food beverages and bars. But we have different systems, again, depending on what you love and what you want to grow and what your environment looks like. Interest-free for 12 months, and it seriously continues to just give to you and give to you and give to you with no maintenance. So there's a couple different pricing there. You can see it ranges between $50 and $80 per month for 12 months. There are options as well to pay it in full when you first get started. But I mean, if you're spending $15 to $20 a week on produce in the store, this really doesn't not make sense for you. So I think you'd absolutely love it. Let's see here. There we go. So what I would just love to wrap up here with is, think about where you would like to get started. We have the holidays approaching, which is so exciting. We're almost to October. We got Halloween, Thanksgiving, and boom, there's Christmas, right? So who do you know, who do you love that you can give this gift to? Think about that because it's so affordable and it is the best gift. My mother actually gifted me my first tower, and it was like, oh my gosh, I was so excited. So the Juice Plus Tower Garden Company prides itself on product renovation. We have a very small product line, and we have proudly just always aspired to be better over the last 50 years. Yes, you heard me right, 50 years. Why you haven't heard of this already, right? You're waiting on somebody to share with you. So we bridge the gap between what we should eat and what we do eat. We're helping you get healthier snacks, healthier food, and grow your own food as well. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And think about where you see yourself getting started. What is most comfortable for you and for your family to get one of these big beauties into your home? You can just become a Juice Plus or Tower Garden customer. Get with the person who invited you today and get your order placed, because this is exciting and you want to get your seedlings going and you want to start to get that harvest in your tummies. Then the second option, that might be more comfortable for you is through our other Juice Plus products, the fruits, veggies, and berries in a capsule, where kids get fruits and veggies for free. So you want to ask about that for sure. And you can also become your own customer. It's only $52 a year to become a partner with the Juice Plus company, and you get paid back on your own orders and on your Tower Garden. So how much fun is that? And there's lots of endless possibilities to create stable and residual income, to give your family more options, if that's something that you're interested in as well. I always like to share that because I never know where someone's at in their journey. Get with the person who invited you tonight, and I hope to see your Facebook photos and see you getting started with your new Tower Garden and Juice Plus products. So thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and stop share and stop recording.